Yo, welcome back to Quissy Bowl TV. Thank you so much for joining myself and my brother Fazi in the building. We're going. Big up to everybody in the building. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't have. We are almost there to our 500 goal. We're almost there, people. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share across the social, man. Thank you for everybody who's rocking with us. Liverpool made contact for Victor Oker signing according to report. David Cup. Yeah, I just saw that. We need to discuss that. I think that's a little bit of he's reporting from something from the Portugal side, I believe. Mm-hmm. So yeah, no, big up to ManDem in there. People, come on in. Fuzzy, how you doing, sir? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. You know, we don't with Liverpool. These kind of transfers don't normally happen. So after doing this many streams, like more or less every day, like with the new stuff that's being let out, is something I enjoy the most because it makes me look forward to the next day. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The next day, something new always comes out. So instead of like always talking about the tactics during the season, no transfers, it gets boring, isn't it? But yeah. But this is like special, bro. You know what I love about it is when our rival fans forgot about their team and talk about
bro. It's hilarious. Like, I don't know if you on Ansman's group chat.
I don't go in groups anymore. I took myself. No offense to everybody, but
yeah,
I just want to, for my own mental health.
Most of them I just muted. Yeah. But I don't know. Yesterday I was just laid down and I was scrolling through YouTube, and I saw Kyle and Jamie on the show. I think it's the food. What's his name? I forgot the name of it. Mm-hmm. But I ended up clicking on it. I'm like, you know what? It says Isak will not work at Liverpool or something like that. And I'm like, let me go see what this ManDem saying. Brother, if you listen to was it a Spurs fan and an Arsenal fan trying to agree? It was the funniest thing ever. And I'm surprised Kyle and Jamie even.
Oh, is this the one with was it 12 something?
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Yes. And I'm like, what? I'm like, how did Jamie and Kyle even sat there and tried to explain to people who brain cannot understand what Liverpool is trying to accomplish? You know, when you win, you know what it takes to win. Yeah. Even when people are calling us side chicks and you guys who do this, you guys can't do that. You guys don't have money.
Yeah.
But we were competing at the highest level. You guys were not. Spurs, we just won a trophy. We just supported you guys to win the trophy so we could banter Arsenal and Man U. Arsenal, you haven't won anything.
Yeah.
But listening to them, I'm like, Jamie and Kyle, how are you guys even? Why don't you let them talk? Let them talk. And eventually, reality will hit them, and then you'll see that, oh my God, we were talking foolishness.
Yeah.
It was the funniest thing. Big up to Rasta. Rasta is in the building. Rasta, today are you gonna be exactly where I was gonna go with it? He said, so are we finally done with the Isak talk? Brother, you know what they call you in these streets? Rasta, you know what they call you in these streets, man. Don't make me repeat it. Do not make me repeat it, man. Big up to you, Bajan Red. The Bajan Red family is in the building. Rasta, don't make me call you the name that they gave you on these streets, man. So are we finally done with the Isak talk? Au contraire, my brother. Au contraire, mon frère. This Isak talk is not dying down anytime soon.
Nope.
It's not. And we're going to expand on it right now. We're waiting for people to join. Please hit the like button as you are coming into the comment. Please jump into the chat. Let's all discuss this. Don't let it. It's a community conversation. So let's get this thing underway. We got Abdallah is in the building. He said, I would rather you get Jokerit than Arsenal. And it says Salford Trout, Stratford United. United ain't got that kind of cash. They're going for Mbuemo. After Mbuemo, that's it. They have brought Man United problem. I don't think we have the time to talk about. So we will move on to Arsenal. Arsenal needs a striker. So, and from what we're hearing, they're having a debate between Sesko and Jokerit. And apparently, Jokerit Sesko won too much money from what we're hearing. So they are not I think they kind of slowly backtracking. And Arsenal still hasn't signed Zubimendi yet. I think Kepa just been announced, if I'm not mistaken. Have you heard anything on that side yet, Fuzzy?
What? Kepa
to Arsenal.
Yeah, it's been announced. It's there.
It's been announced, right?
Yeah, £5 million. Fabrizio Romano done it. Here we go already on it.
Okay. So yeah, for Arsenal, they need a striker, and they think they're gonna get Rodrigo, which I think is a pipe dream. You know how people say we are dreamers when it comes to Isak? That's exactly what it is for Arsenal fans when it comes to Rodrigo.
We're dreamers for Isak. Isak should be dreaming about Liverpool. That's
exactly.
I don't know
exactly.
We only want him to score goals. I mean, he wants the trophies. So who wants it more here? I mean, we could cope with that, Isak. You know what I'm saying? So if he wants like the major trophies,
yes,
Liverpool is the destination. If you want to allow Mickey Mouse trophies, remain at Newcastle. No offense to Newcastle fans, but I'm just trying to give you.
They're not there yet.
At the moment, yeah.
No, I mean, Rasta, this is the thing though. Okay, so now that we got enough people in the building, I'm sure everybody has hit the like button. People, hit the like button so we could get this show on the road. Welcome in. And I wanted us to talk about something else, but since Rasta has forced and twisted my arm to start with the Isak conversation, I guess we have to start with the Isak conversation, right? Big up to ManDem in the building. He said apparently Sesko told Arsenal they need to put a release. Oh yeah, I heard about that too. Brother, you are coming to a bigger club and you telling that big club what they should do. That always not that I want to support Arsenal here, but I'm just saying sometimes the audacious of setting contracts being asked from the bigger clubs, it's usually funny. What do you think about this comment here where he's requesting that we should put a release clause?
This is why I love Liverpool Football Club. If you look at our players, we never put them in release clause. The difference, this is the modern day players, my friend. They want to control everything in the transfers, forgetting like the amount of money that team has to spend to get them there in the first place, plus wages on top of that as well.
Yeah.
Plus other stuff in it, they have to pay the agent and all that stuff. So I don't understand like why a player is coming from Leipzig is trying to like detect, trying to like give Arsenal. Give Arsenal ultimatum. You know what I mean? Arsenal, who were second in the table last season, always trending for the Premier League title, the best, obviously, league in world football. So you're going from Leipzig that don't really challenge for anything to Arsenal, who are challenging for titles, and then you're giving them ultimatum that if you want me to sign, you got to put a release clause on there. So nah, it doesn't work. It's down to the football club. The football club can decide what they want to do. If you start giving players that kind of power. Every other player is going to do the same eventually, and you don't want to be going through that either.
Yeah, I agree with that. And Ahmed wanted to put a straight as you were talking. He said he doesn't see Arsenal as a big club.
Don't be harsh, Ahmed. They are big in their own way, innit? The third biggest, if you look at titles in the league, because that's what people look at. They don't look at European Cups included. What they do is the rivalries is between the Premier League teams. It's nothing to do with if you got an extra European Cup or anything like that.
Yeah,
I mean, but Arsenal is the third biggest club in England. Right. So give them credit for that, man.
But the crazy thing is, these if a player come, like you said, Liverpool, as soon as we hear that, we walk away.
Yeah.
We will walk away. We don't have. We don't.
No.
But don't you think there is a slight truth to what Ahmed is saying? Not that Arsenal is not a big club, But that means the player coming in is coming in and say, you are just a stepping stool. I'm just coming in because I know I'm going to ball out. And a bigger, so-called bigger club from Spain will come after me. And I want to be able to move on. So that means he's already planning for his exit.
Then that's the clubs that are saying, I don't need you anymore. You know what I mean? So there's better players out there than this guy. I don't know. I've seen bits of him. He's just a big guy that's got 13 goals in a season.
Right.
Trying to improve in football terms, you know what I mean? And that's what you're getting. You're getting a player to improve him. You're not getting a finished article. So you got a lot of work ahead of you with this player, and he's already making demands on top of that.
Yeah.
That's when you start saying, you know what, it's not worth it. Let me go and get a finished article, like Kerkez or Kerkez, whatever his name is. At least he's finished article. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's already scored a lot of goals, on top of Champions League goals as well.
Yeah. And I agree. Like Rasta said, maybe he's seen Arsenal as a stepping stone. Ahmed is saying the same thing, not being harsh.
If you think about it, like to Real Madrid, let's be honest, guys.
True. Is that not being harsh, but you don't hear players giving Liverpool, City, Barca, and Madrid this. So for some players, they think they can do better than Arsenal. I don't think he's not fully wrong. Ahmed, I agree with you on that one. I don't think you are fully wrong. He's seen Arsenal as potentially, if I go over there and I ball out, I will get a bigger move to Real Madrid or Barcelona or Bayern, or even go back to the Bundesliga and play for Bayern. PSG being, big up yourself, League. Thank you so much for coming in. People, thank you for coming in. We appreciate you guys. Please hit the like button as you're walking in. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And of course, go to my brethren Faz's channel, LRFC TV, I believe, right? I got it right this time.
LFC Red Forever channel is LRFC, but there's too many LRFCs now, so I want my original name, like the whole name.
I think rebranding, man. I think
it's all good, bro. I agree with Ahmed what he's saying, but the thing is, like, there's one thing: if you're a player that's balling it out, to the point of every club is chasing you, you're that good, but scoring 13 goals in a season and making demands, it doesn't put a lot. I mean, come on, man, you got to be realistic in that. I mean, no matter what, Real Madrid will sign you. That's how they roll. Even if you do a release clause or no release clause, they will sign you somehow anyway.
Right.
They'll pay you probably to run down your contract, and then you come to Real Madrid, or they'll pay you the full asking price eventually if they really desperately want you. Also, Arsenal is in a win-win situation there. If they don't get him, they win. If they get him, they win. So it's not all about player demands all the time, guys. You can afford that rubbish, man. It's to me the club that matters the most. You know what I mean? That's the number one thing in the metrics. You know what I mean? The club is at the top of everything. Right. So you gotta think about the club first. And some clubs have lost their identity and they cave into these things. Look at those clubs now. Like, they're all
Man United.
Look at Lyon now. Lyon is relegated.
They get relegated. That came from nowhere.
There you go.
I mean just to brush on that real quick. Is Ligue 1 showing the EPL how to do business? Is when the club is messing up after many warnings.
And the multi-clubs, I think it's to do with the multi-clubs, isn't it? Something like that. They got their owners own more than one club. I think Crystal Palace is included in that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why they were trying to saying that Crystal Palace might not be able to play Europa next year. Yeah. But I mean, let's be honest, man. We're still waiting for these cities. This verdict for City, 150, and it's taking over a year to announce after they already come up with what they call it. They already come up with a verdict, and people are still waiting, and they don't even know. But Lyon, they just relegated. It's not because they fell off the league. They just got relegated because
they finished sixth in the Europa League.
Yeah. They finished sixth and they got relegated. The English Premier League, man. You call yourself the biggest club, but I mean the biggest league, but come on now. Let's I don't know, man. But let's get on. Rasta Crab want to talk about this. Let's talk about it. All right, Rasta, let's get on, man. I hope you're ready. Big up yourself, Gary. He says Isak for sale. We got Anfield Irishman in the building. Wagwan, brother. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Thank you for being in the building. But yeah, Rasta, this conversation has been going on for a long time. This whole summer, Newcastle could have come in and squashed this beef and said Isak is not for sale. He has 2 more years, and we're expecting for him to sign a new contract. Newcastle could have pulled out a new contract, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody said they want to give him a contract. The contract's been ready since January from what we've been hearing, but yet nothing has happened. Mm-hmm. What is going on? Liverpool, like as you can see, my heading says, as Liverpool eye Isak, Newcastle tried to keep him. Yeah. That is a heading that ESPN actually posted it in one of their transfer rumors or whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. So it's not dying down, right? The reason why it's not dying down is because Liverpool has the cash to do the business. Mm-hmm. This type of business, back in the day, they would have brushed us aside like how when Liverpool went after Mbappe, and then they were like, yeah, you ain't, come on, bro. Yeah, you put him on the boat, but you don't have the cash. Right?
True.
It's am I fair fetch, or is Liverpool? Yes, it is our dream signing. But Fuzzy, come on now. Let's just talk about the fact that it's not dying down. Let's talk about that.
It's down to the player, brother. I mean, we discussed this before that we come on the show. Like, if you look at Isak, if he's the type of player that's gonna accept a lot of money and stay at a club like Newcastle, no offense to Newcastle, they're never gonna win the title in the next couple of years. This is a long process. You know what I mean? 10 years probably down the line. You know what I mean? So you're 25 years old. You're going to be 26 this year. September, and you want to be, recognized as one of the best strikers in the world. You're not going to get that in Newcastle. You know what I mean? You want to win Premier League. You're not going to get that in Newcastle. You want to win Champions League. You're not going to get that in Newcastle. You want to win, all the trophies. You're not going to get that in Newcastle. No offense. That's how football works. You know what I mean? So there's a club that wants you. That's the current champions, and they planning to retain it because they've signed better players than they already have.
Right.
And the creativity is going to be there for you. You've got the likes of Salah. You've got the likes of Verts. You've got Gakpo, Diaz, Soboslai, McAllister, Gravenberch. Maybe a couple of more coming in. You've got Jones, obviously, and other players that's going to be remaining there as well. So you've got all this creativity as well as the fullbacks that's new and they're young, 22, same age. They're going to be bumming on, on the left and the right, getting some crosses in the box that you could just tap in all the time. You've got all that as a player. Why would you reject something like that?
Yeah.
And not only that, Liverpool did say, even with that, even when we're spending money on these 3 players, Kerkez, Frimpong, and Vert, we've still got about 200 million, 300 million available for other players. We don't have to sell to buy anymore because we've saved enough down the years. So I wouldn't worry about, selling players and all that stuff. The money is already there waiting for him. Now, to me, in order for that player to leave Newcastle, it's down to him. It's not down to Liverpool anymore. We've showed interest. I think the transfer window, I think something opens in July or something, if you want to go for a player. I think they said that we wait till July to put the offer forward.
Right.
And it's down to the player now. What we've been hearing from his side is he's rejected the fresh wages, the average wages to be the highest paid player at
Newcastle.
And he wants a Liverpool move.
Yeah.
So if the player is making noises like that, as we know from experience, the way we lost players in the past, once the player wants to leave the club, you can't do nothing about it. I mean, it's down to the player. So listen, it's a win-win for Liverpool if we get this guy. If we don't get him, we go elsewhere and get a striker who could, do the business as well. So we're in a good position, my friend.
No, we good.
Isak now. The ball's in his court, basically.
Yeah, let me big up. Flo is on fire 97. Yeah, I remember you, man. Big up yourself. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you joining the show. And eventually, yes, one of these days I will have you on my channel. Please, if you haven't, add me on my X so that hopefully next I can send you the link when we do another show. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to the channel, man. He's a hardcore Liverpool fan, man. Hardcore Liverpool fan. But no, Rasta. Okay, we haven't heard anything about Isak. This is the thing. No Liverpool. This is the part where I want to big up Liverpool fans on this one. Usually, Liverpool fans would take something like this and take you straight to the bank and say, "This is what it is." Right? Which sometimes it's not. It's just some Juno who's trying to make clicks. But this is the part where Liverpool fans, majority of Liverpool fans have come to understand it. It is about Isak. Because if Isak and his camp comes out and said, no, we are staying and let's say they want to fulfill his final contract, all this is over. That's why everybody is in agreement saying that this is on Isak. Because Isak will shut this thing down today, like right now, by saying, I'm focusing on Newcastle and I want to win something with Newcastle like I did before, and then we are done. He hasn't. And two, I think that would be very disrespectful to Newcastle if he comes out and say, I want to do exactly what you do. They do this in the background. Come on, Rasta, you know this. They do this in the background. He is not Kerkez. All right, he's not Kerkez where he and his family have already told the whole world that they come into Liverpool. That is not this type of a deal. This is a $100+ million deal. And even on the on Vert's side, Vert just told everybody else that he's not going anywhere else except Liverpool.
Yep.
Right? His parent club knew he was leaving long time, a year ago. So there's a big difference between Kerkez and Vert. Newcastle, on the other hand, I think Isak's situation is closer to Vert's. Isak could tell Newcastle, hey, I'm not signing a new contract. And then Newcastle have to make a decision. Either to keep him one more year and sell him next year, or try to get the best money as they possibly can. The reason why, I don't know why some of you guys still don't phantom the fact that Liverpool could sanction this kind of deal is go beyond me. We can't help you right now.
Okay.
Now, right now, we can't help you. I don't know if you've seen a lot of reports that are coming out, and I think, Fuzzy, you heard me say this, and people who have been in my community heard me say this, that Liverpool can sanction any deal they wanted to. Right now, somebody came out and said Liverpool can sign a 200 million, can spend 200 million and still be in the black.
Yes. 100%.
So it's Rasta, I'm not making this up. This is a report that I come in and say 200 million and we will still be in the black. That's even before we sell anybody. Of course, we sell 3 players right now.
Yeah.
We made 10 million off Trent. We made 18 off Kelleher. And now
players are going as well. So.
Exactly.
Hamza's gone for 35 as well. So
yeah. So that is why the conversation is not dying, because Fabrizio came out and said the same thing. This is a dream buy for Liverpool.
Yeah.
All the other Liverpool, top-ranking Liverpool Junos have also came out and said, hey, there's smoke in this situation. It's not dying down. Newcastle wants to keep him. He hasn't signed a new contract, or he hasn't indicated to Newcastle that he wants to sign a new contract. They're still negotiating. So just like my heading said, as Liverpool are Isak, Newcastle tried to keep him. So right now it's on Isak. If Isak wants to move, he should tell Newcastle, okay, hey, get as much money you could possibly get. Because guess what? If they sell Isak, Newcastle can spend so much money.
Yes.
This is the part where people don't understand. The owners of Newcastle are the richest owners in football, period, combined. Period. I don't care who you add. Even the PSG owners don't come close.
No, Saudi Arabia, the richest.
They come close. This is the Saudi prince himself, the whole Saudi prince, right? This is not just a small family member like Sheikh Mansour. No. This is the entire Saudi kingdom.
The man who controls the Middle East.
The whole, brother, he is an owner of Newcastle. Now, because of PSR and FFP, Newcastle is not rich.
Nope, they're just a common team, like everybody else.
Exactly. Now, they are in Champions League. The last time they went to Champions League, they tried to do that small team, and then it backfired majorly. Oof. The following year, that season, they dropped below at 5th, 6th place.
It's a squad depth, in it.
Squad depth, which they don't have. They don't have asset. The only asset they have is Isak and Gordon. I think, and Bruno and Donatelli. But they're not going to sell that midfield because that's their whole core. And those players are not choosing to leave.
No, because they're getting money in it. Good money. Good money keeps players quiet, innit? That's what it is.
You see what I mean?
We know another club that does that. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? So that's the reason why this thing is not dying down. And let me see what people are saying. He said, Kwesi, I can call in. I have info on Isak from my inside source.
Wow.
All right. You add me on X, and then I will send you the link, and you can give us some news. Break it down there. Break it down. Looks like Isak is only on 120K pound. I mean, the wages. He comes to Liverpool, he's gonna make a lot of money. And also, Newcastle can offer him everything they want in the wages side.
But it depends on the player and what he wants in his career. I mean, you want to be the best that you can be as a footballer, or are you here for money reasons?
Yeah.
This is his choice, really.
You know what I mean? If we get no strikers, then Gakpo will not be a striker. They'll move Diaz there. But he hasn't said anything either way. That's the whole point. That's why this is not dying down, Rasta. The fact is, he can shut it down, and he hasn't shut it down.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
That's the whole point. He hasn't shut it down.
Like Konate is doing every time there's reports about Konate. What does Konate do?
Don't believe anything.
Don't believe anything. There you go. That's what we need to hear from Isak.
Exactly.
We're not hearing that.
If Isak and his camp say don't believe anything, trust me, I'm going to shut up. Probably not. But, Newcastle could also shut this thing down. They also have it because they also probably looking at it in the business sense. Say, you know what? We want to keep him, but right? He said, Isak, I am 80 to 20% sure we get him. PR from Newcastle was crazy. Yeah, Newcastle is also trying to buy other strikers. I won't be surprised they get Gyökeres or Osimhen.
Would you do this? I'm asking the chat and Newcastle. Would you do this? Like pay 100 million plus, maybe 100 million plus Jota? Would you do that? 100 million plus Jota going the other way? Because they are interested in Jota, aren't they?
I'll do it. If we do that, then I'll bring Ekitike in.
For 80 million?
Ooh, no. I won't bring Ekitike in. Yeah,
that's how much.
Sorry. I got too excited.
They want 80 million for him.
Yeah, no, he's not ready. Nah. I will. I got way excited with that.
You're right. You still need another striker. 100%.
I will need another striker. Then I'll go for João Pedro. Yeah. I'll go for João Pedro.
Okay.
I'm not going to go for ready-made. We already got Isak, right? You got Salah.
Yeah.
But I will go for an up-and-coming player like João Pedro to add to it because that give us. You see, you have to remember, even with Isak, things could still go wrong during the game, right?
Yeah.
And you need something different. So, I'll go for something like João Pedro. And that's if Diaz still stays. Now, if Diaz leave, Fofana is up and coming, which I like him, right?
I hope this is true with Fofana because now Lyon is relegated. I hope we'll get him. He's a good player, very good player. He's got future ahead of him.
Right. He said, "I'm trying to be negative, just being realistic." No, what is realistic right now? That's the part that we try to understand. We just spent 120 million. So if you say it's not about the money, if it's not about the money, then it's about who? Liverpool is always about the money. Now it's not the money, it's not the problem. So what is it about?
it's that, what it is. We've been burnt so many times. Like people don't believe it anymore. I don't think even the Vert signing is making people believe. You beat Bayern Munich, Man City, and I heard even Real Madrid because Xavi Alonso wanted him there to follow him. Teams like that for Verts, and you still don't have a belief that you could get Isak from Newcastle. You should be the biggest teams in the world, and then you look at Newcastle. I'm sorry, I know they're the richest club in the world, but that's too. You know what I mean? There's Real Madrid and there's Newcastle. You're beating players to Real Madrid and Bayern Munich and Man City. The teams that normally get those type of players,
right?
And you still don't have that belief we could get another player. If the ownership is telling you we still got money available for a player like that, come on, man. It's all about negotiations. Liverpool. There's one thing about our football club. It's all about negotiation. Don't forget, Verts was worth 150, wasn't he? They got him for 116.
That's why they were saying.
So they got him for 116. That's a good negotiation skills. You know what I'm saying? You drop that money down quick. You know what I mean? Yeah. No matter what, you was going to get that player.
Right.
So we can do things like that. We can negotiate transfers and all that stuff. So let's have that belief, man. We're in a position right now where the best team, not in the world, but close to it. So every player, all the players are looking at Liverpool. Look at the way we bought our players, like the three. Like if you look at Kerkez, Frimpong, and Verts. They said, I want Liverpool and no other club. And it's like, get it done straight away. I don't care what they're giving me in wages. I don't give a shit about my house.
Yeah.
I want to go to that football club. That's how quick deals are done at Liverpool right now. This is not the Liverpool of old after the pandemic when we won the Premier League and we were struggling because of the financial restrictions and all that stuff. It's a different Liverpool now. We've finished the stadium. We got no pandemic. Now we can spend the money that we haven't spent down the years. That's how it is. That's how it is, man.
Yeah, Rasta, I'm sorry, man. You said Verts is... Bro, I don't know how many times I'm going to tell you this. If you don't believe myself and Fazi, go do the research. We can still spend over 200 million. So if we still have 200 million, of course we can buy anyone.
Exactly.
Isak, I mean, they've told 150, just like Fazi said, okay, we'll bring the 100 million plus a player, which you guys want. And this is a part where I was just brushing through what people are saying. Big up yourself. What's the name? Kat Sunday. He said, have you also seen that Newcastle are not getting their target? They had a bid rejected for Elanga and will not go in for him again. That's a problem. But I don't know why they're going for Elanga when Forest is also trying to build something.
Exactly, man.
They're trying to build something.
You know what the funniest thing is? Like Elanga is their best player last season, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Along with what's his name? That kid from Wolves that used to play for Nuno before. Forgot his name. Gibbs White. That's
Gibbs White. Yeah. And then guess what? They just gave what's the name a new contract.
Yeah, them two have been the best players. They're offering for Elanga 40 million. They're not going to accept 40 million.
No. They're not going to accept. They're not.
40 million? Hell no. So you got to up your transfer. You know what I mean? And they can't do that because of the PSR.
Exactly.
So now the attention turns to Isak. This is where all this stuff is going towards Isak now. They have to sell Isak to get 2 or 3 players in now.
Yep.
So this is where we're trying to tell you guys the advantage is in our court and Isak's decision making. So we have to wait and see. In order for Newcastle to sign all those players they want for Champions League football next season, if they sign Isak, they could probably sign 3 or 4 players. You know what I mean? There you go.
Or other clubs are saying, we see that you might sell this guy and you're going to get money.
There you go.
You see, this club also can preemptively strike you and say, we know you have a big asset there that there's a possibility that you might sell. Because Forest think that Newcastle are their direct rival.
Of course.
Right? So then, they're not. This thing is not over yet. People are assuming that, Newcastle, they have money. The owner has money, but the club doesn't. And PSR, yes, good luck, good riddance that they made Champions League. If they didn't make Champions League, this would have been a no-starter.
You know what I love about the PSR thing? It worked for Liverpool's advantage because we won the league. I mean, if we didn't win the league, we're probably going to be struggling like other teams.
Yeah.
League winning actually elevated us to the next level.
Yeah.
I mean, we're lucky we're sitting in this position. We're lucky, rival fans are watching us and crying on their streams. You know what I mean?
Oh, man, it is hilarious. I have never. What's the last time you saw something like that? Just
Never.
Move Liverpool out of the way.
No, never. There's always Arsenal is bigger than Liverpool nowadays, and all this stuff. They're better than Liverpool. You don't hear that. Even last season, in the beginning of the season, they were saying Liverpool finished 5th or 6th or something like that this season. Now they're
not scared.
Now they're scared.
Scared.
I see them all in their streams crying. And that's the joy. You got to enjoy it, guys. Don't retaliate. Just enjoy the moments, man.
Rasta say, I know we go with money, but the brother has 3 years. Nope, he has 2 years. And the club don't have to sell. True, they don't have to, but they need to. That's what we're saying. They are not in the PSR zone right now, but when they start buying players, it'll push them very close to PSR. Selling Isak, get them in the black, where they can literally spend 300 million and they will be okay. That's what we're trying to say. This is not us just gassing ourselves up. We're just trying to tell people, this PSR thing is real. The other club who can also be in PSR is Spurs. For some reason, I don't know how they got in there, but they are in very good standing. They're very, very good standing because their owner never spent. But this is the thing with Liverpool. Liverpool, I think for the past almost 5 years, we've been good. And the fact that we don't spend make us so much better than everybody else. Why? Oh, I'm glad you asked me. It's because we've been preparing for these type of things for the longest. This is what FSG's been planning, something that Arsene Wenger wanted for years. This is what Arsene Wenger wanted for years, where clubs hold to account instead of spending whatever they want.
The scariest part of it for everybody else is like players don't say no to Liverpool anymore now.
Exactly. Rasta, he could say no to Liverpool, and like I said, he has 2 more years. There's a risk that, okay, you force him to stay 1 more year, he stays without signing a new contract. Then next year, what happens if the season don't go as well?
Yeah.
Now you have to sell, and people see that you're desperate. You're not making 100. The best you make is maybe recoup your money back, 60 million tops. 60 and 150. There's a big gap. Big up yourself, Ale. Good to see you, brethren. Good to see you. Thank you, man. He said Liverpool have the funds to test Newcastle resolve despite the spending this summer. Newcastle are concerned an offer could make early next month, which is something that we were talking about earlier. The reason why people, I believe, is next month, because next month is the brand new books.
Yeah.
We spending money from last year. And Fazzi, give me a few minutes to explain this. People think that the money we're spending for Vert is because, we didn't spend money last year. People, let me give you a reminder. The year that we went after Caicedo, did you guys know that we already had McAllister, we already have Szoboszlai, and then we already had Gravenberch? For some reason, people think that we got Gravenberch because we didn't get Caicedo. No. We got Endo because we didn't get Caicedo. That 110 million was that people say, where's that money? That money has never been spent.
Now,
you see what I'm saying? That money was never spent. Club bought Szoboszlai, he bought Gravenberch. McAllister was a very early deal, and then we went all in for Caicedo, and that didn't materialize. And then Klopp went for, and remember, he even said it. He had to ask the owners to get Endo because Endo's age was about beyond what?
30
20s.
years old.
Yeah, he was a 30-year-old player that we were buying. So Klopp had to go ask permission from the owners. And then the following year, we didn't buy anybody. So we have money.
100%.
Right? So don't assume that we have money. The thing is Liverpool and Liverpool has always never gone for a player who has never flirted with us.
I could add on to that what you just said there before you continue with that.
Yeah.
You said we have money. People forget that season we signed Szoboszlai, McAllister, Gravenberch, and Endo. We sold a lot of players at the same time as well. So the money came back. straight away. So Fabinho went for a lot of money, 40 million or something. Henderson left.
Yep.
Clark. There were so many players leaving left, right, and centre, and people forgot about that. So if you look at the money that went out and the money that came in, there was no difference. Basically, we haven't lost anything. So this is even that season we haven't spent nothing. If you look at the player sales as well. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like 2 seasons we haven't spent nothing, and before that we didn't spend much either. So you know what I mean,
that year, what do we get? Atul. We got a player on loan.
There you go.
You know, he said they can sell Bruno or Turner. Yeah, they could sell them, but those players, for some reason, have you realized that nobody's going after them because most clubs that are competing already have a midfield.
Yeah, spot on.
Right? Now, the club that can go for these 2 guys is Manchester United, but they don't have the cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, Man United, yes, global brand, blah, blah, blah. They can't even get Mbeumo down.
They've got their own PSI issues.
They got their own PSI issues they're dealing with, right? Chelsea don't need midfielders. Spurs, they don't need midfielders, even though they would do well with those 2 players. But that's the thing. The asset that they have to sell some of the assets. Yes, you are right. They can sell them. That's the asset they have. Bruno, Tonatelli, Gordon. Those are the 4 assets that they have.
To be honest, Rasta Crab, if you think about it like that, I know you guys think Isak is the most important thing in that team, but if you sold Bruno and Tonali, that's a big, gap in that midfield. Do you know how hard it is to replace people like that, and to get similar players or better players in that position? It will take them a while. It took them a long time to get those 2 players anyway.
Yeah.
So Isak is a striker. Strikers who score goals, you could get. You're always going to replace them. It always happens. You could get strikers that could score you goals, but those 2, they're very rare in that position. You know what I mean? And the way that midfield works with Tonali and Grumeres and who's the other one? The Brazilian one,
Joe Linton.
The way them 3 operate in that midfield is what gets them success, and obviously gets them into Champions League for 2 seasons already. Now, I mean, so the importance of them is very, very high compared to the striker that scores you goals. And replacing them will take them a lot of money, and to find similarities to them will take a lot of time. So this is why you're not hearing a lot of. There's probably bids being made, but they refuse it anyway. So
they can probably go for a striker. They can go for Gyökeres.
Yeah, there you go.
Or they can for Osimhen.
It depends. It's the levels, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's levels above Newcastle as a striker, in my opinion.
Right now.
Right now. So he deserves a big move somewhere. Obviously, Liverpool. They can get someone else that can replace him, who's to their level or probably slightly above. Like Gyökeres, like you said, he could be scoring a lot of goals for them. Like when you're at the top, the pressure is high, and you need players like Isak to, take that pressure off.
Yeah.
When you go to Newcastle, the pressure is never high like Liverpool.
Nope.
So whoever goes to them, it's always going to score goals anyway.
Yeah. Big up to ManDem. Big up to ManDem. Please hit the like button, people. Get the likes up, people. Come on, get the likes up. Get the likes up. He said Isak got 3 years left on it. No, Isak has been there 3 years, people. No. Isak has been there 3 years. His first year was when they were in the Champions League.
Last season and this season coming.
Yeah. So this is his 3rd year. He and Nunes came at the same time.
And Haaland.
Haaland. Yeah. He said currently they can spend more than 100 in the window without selling. True. But they're in the Champions League. Remember, João Pedro, they said they want 80. That, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, man, it's crazy out here, which is how it should be, surely. Rewards are set with money rather than reward with wealth. Facts. Yeah. He said Newcastle can only offer Isak 150K wages. We already told his agent we will offer 300. The player will reject their offer and push for LFC move. Watch. We took words from Bayern and Bundesliga. That's the key word.
Yeah, there's got to be something in there.
There's something in there.
For it to disappear, then come back again. And why is
how many times? Every week. Yeah.
There you go.
He said J-Dub has been playing the long game. I told people, they didn't believe me. Told people. He said Maddie Spall, like Paul Joyce of the Northeast. He works for times. He's a club mouthpiece. He's softening the fan base because we tried. It's coming when they break the news. Yeah, I'm telling you, Isak knows Liverpool is where he has the best chance to win trophy. That's big trophies. Yep.
Yeah.
Just taking the part of the CL is not enough for top players winning what they want. So Isak, yeah, remember he doesn't have a long. He's at 26, about to turn 27.
Mm-hmm.
He has 4 to 5 tops.
Yeah.
So he wants, Wataru only cost 17 mil from Stuttgart. Facts. They only got CL because of the 5th. Exactly. Right. Things can go really bad in this coming season. Champions League and Premier League, play them both at the same time ain't easy.
It ain't easy, man.
It ain't easy. Look at Aston Villa.
Look at us.
Look at us even, right? No, Isak came in the summer, brother. Isak came in the summer.
He came in the summer.
He came in the summer.
2022, yeah.
Yeah, 22, yeah. When Nunes came in. Isak contract rounds out in June 2028. Okay. Seems like I may be wrong. I need to do my research on that. What's the name? Brendan said he has Flo. Flo is on 97. Did you add me on X? I would have sent you the link for you to come through. So, but yeah, I mean, just to get away from the Isak thing a little bit. Mm-hmm. But the fact that, like, okay, I'm going to make fun of the rival fans. The fact that each week you hear rival fans, like, it doesn't even have to be with Isak. Mm-hmm. Magehi came in the scene and they lost their mind. Oh, he said, I am not on X, bro. I am Flo97. Oh, you changed your name again? Okay. Well, I need to find a way to connect with you so that I can send you the link, brother. Yeah, the fact that even Magehi came on the scene, and a lot of people don't even consider Magehi as a top center back, even Liverpool. But what is making people worried? Like I told you about the show that we all end up watching, and the fans were, it's not gonna work. They're trying to make themselves believe that this is. I have never heard about players touch the ball too much. This player needs the ball. No. This is not basketball. Right? Number 2, Liverpool is a system. It's not a player FC style of football, like Galacticos. I understand, yes, a lot of times when you get best players together, it doesn't work.
It doesn't, man.
True.
PSG is an example.
PSG is an example for years. But the players that we are putting pieces into a puzzle that we built.
Yeah.
So how do somebody come into their psyche say, oh, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And then their explanation is like, well, everybody knows their role in Arsenal, in Real Madrid. Bro, Real Madrid don't have superstars. The only superstar on that team is Mbappe. But these days, because the level of football has dropped, everybody thinks that everybody is a superstar.
Yeah.
So can you give these people how it's not going to work?
What were the superstars?
Yes.
Well, like I said, the prime example is PSG. Look when they had Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar. They've been trying to win the Champions League.
Yeah.
For 5 years, I suppose. Maybe slightly. I don't know if it's slightly longer than that. Never got to touch it. Not even like sniff it. You know what I mean? As soon as those players are no longer at the football club, and players, and Luis Enrique started getting players that can fit the system instead of like buying world-class players, and you got to cater around them, which means the players around the world-class players, they have to do a lot of running for them, which means in turn you're going to leave a lot of gaps. You know what I mean? So if the players don't run back and don't help the team out, that means you're going to get out of position and the opponents will attack you and obviously score goals. And this is why PSG never won the Champions League with Neymar and Mbappe. As soon as they stepped away from that, I'm just giving you an example what team, as soon as they stepped away, I'm going to get to Real Madrid as well. As soon as they stepped away from the Messis and all that stuff, what did they do? They got young, hungry players that can fit the system Luis Enrique can put forward, which means they take instructions and they don't talk back. I mean,
Right.
they're not going to say, I'm too good to run back or anything like that. As soon as he stepped away from that, look at the rewards that he had last season. First time ever PSG have ever won a Champions League. And all the millions they had in the past, they were giving Mbappe $500,000 a week or I think almost $1 million a week. Never got them anything. Now Mbappe, let's talk about Real Madrid. Real Madrid were champions, Champions League winners before Mbappe arrived. There was nobody talks about world-class players. Bellingham was their main player. He's not world-class yet, if you know what I mean, guys. It takes time to be world-class. So that was a hard-working team, well-engineered. And then you add on Mbappe on top of that last season. They were one of the worst teams in the Champions League. So world-class players doesn't always give you what you need. You know what I mean? In regards to trophies and all that stuff. It's how hard you work off the ball as well as on the ball. And this is today's football. You need the off-the-ball work that's more important.
Yeah.
On-the-ball work, plays out at the end as well. So this is why I say about Liverpool. I think there's the guy in my stream yesterday asked me about why does Liverpool always buy players that's not world class, we're at the top. I said because they don't fit our system, my friend.
Right. Yeah, so that's the thing.
We've got a system of play. If you buy players for the sake of buying, you'll end up like Man United because Man United have got no structure.
Yeah.
You know I mean, Man United buy for the sake of buying. They bought Casemiro, they bought Varane at that time, thinking they're going to be world beaters because they bought them from Real Madrid. It fell. It was never the same.
Right.
It got even worse. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. If a team has a system in place, which is off the ball work as well as on the ball work, what you need is players that can do that for you. It's not always about getting the cream of the crop. It's not always about that. Hard-working team always does the world.
They always win.
In my opinion, anyway.
Hard-working team always win. So big up yourself, Laws. Good to see you. I don't think that sauce I think came from Portugal, and David Cup is just reporting something that was already reported. Rasta, I don't think we need a DM, man. I don't know why Liverpool are so. People are so fixated in getting a DM. Why do we need a DM? We don't even play with a DM.
Yeah,
we have the striker is more important. Now we have two positions that are way more important than the DM.
Think about it this way, guys. Yeah, if you get a DM, that means you're gonna shaft Gravenberch away, and
exactly.
Gravenberch has done enough to earn a right to be in that midfield. You could get a DM probably for a cheaper price if Endo is leaving to
and he said he doesn't want to leave, so we don't need a DM.
So that's fine for that. And Mark, you know what? This season could be the best season to get the best players, which is the ones we already got, and a striker, and centre back, and the next season could be the marquee signing for a DM.
Exactly. That's what I believe.
Baby steps.
That's what I believe.
I'd rather the team improves than the team is a finished article. You know what I mean? Let's improve, man. Because when you're improving, that means you're getting better and better and better. Rather than you already made it as the best team in the world or something like that.
And that's what I believe. I think right now we need a striker and we need a center back. Those positions are way more important than a DM. The way we play, we don't need a DM. That's the reason why we didn't go back for Zubimendi, because Gravenberch was such a revelation. Yeah. If we bring a DM, where is that position? Where are they going to play?
Yeah. To me, Gravenberch is much better. In my
exactly.
opinion.
Right.
I watched Zubimendi last season. I was thinking, what's the fuss all about? It's just a Jorginho type of player. The one they got rid of. It's just Jorginho replacing Jorginho at Arsenal, from what I can see. That's what, like lightweight player, good in possession, not pacey, not physical, just neat and tidy. That's what he is.
No, he can pass the ball ridiculously, but they're gonna lose Pate if they don't give him the contract he wants. And then that means they're gonna lose physicality in the midfield. Exactly, that means a lot of pressure on the two center backs. Right now, you could say they will be holding. They're gonna hold the ball very well. True, they will, but they will hit a wall eventually where a team will go straight at them. A team who has a good athleticism in the middle, i.e. Newcastle, i.e. What's the name? Brighton, with Baliba and them guys. Right? That is going to be a problem for a team like Arsenal.
Yeah.
Right? Now, we don't need a DM. Chicken, I'm pretty sure he has read your comment, bro. Chillax. We don't need a DM. Now, if we get one, will I like it? Sure.
Of
Why
course.
not? Why
Who
not?
wouldn't?
Yeah, why not? But right now,
No,
we
but
need.
quasi make it right though. It doesn't. Quasi doesn't mean like we completely don't need a DM.
Right.
It's not essential. That's
Right
what
now,
he's
it's
saying.
not. Right now, it's not. Thank you. Right now, it's not. Right now, we have a center back situation that we need to fix. We have one that possibly might not sign a contract that people don't know whether should we keep or sell, or we have one that just left, so we have to replace him. So center back and a striker are way, way more important. Remember, we are also going to lose a striker and possibly another one, which is Chiesa. So those positions are way, way, way more essential than, oh, let's go get a DM. What the DM going to do? Where they going to play? We got like 6 or 7 midfielders already.
Yeah.
People always think that we should put all the best players in the same team at the same time. It doesn't work like that. You playing with depth. It's a long season.
This way, you could look at it this way: like, let's get the most important signings through the door first of all, and then the sales can probably give us the DM at the end of it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We sell enough, like you said. There's got to be gaps in the team in order for us to sign more midfielders. Because of the stack of the midfielders. Don't forget, Verts can play as part of a free. Do people actually know that? Like, he's not just a number 10 and that is it. He can play part of a free as well. So you can move him back a bit as well as, moving forward or moving out wide. So we've got enough in that area for now. But listen, let's just get the most important transfers through the window first. Sorry to interrupt, Kwazi. And then we can worry about the rest because there's still a couple of months to go for the transfer window to close anyway. So just relax, man. We're in a good position. I'd rather be in this position more than any other team anyway. So we've done our stuff early. So when you got your stuff early, that means the preseason is going to be one of the best preseasons we ever had in football in a long time. So we'll be more ready than any other team coming the new season. Let me just put it that way.
Right. Yeah, man. Tiki, we can read. Don't think that we can read. I don't need to tell him what you want me to tell, man. That's not how it works. Let's focus on the text. We're talking about the subject right now. So stick to that. I'm sure he could say hello if he wants to, but please be respectful. He says words can play false 9. Yes, but I don't think we brought words in there just to play false 9. He eventually possibly will, depending on the game and the tactics that is required. But I don't think he's there to play false 9 only. Definitely, I don't want to see him playing left wing. Oh my God, I would lose my mind if he's on the left side. He's there to play number 10, to release pressure off Salah and find a striker who can put in the goals. Remember, he is the reason why they won that Invincible in Bundesliga. He made Boniface play like he was a prime Osimhen. But Rasta, the DM side, I think we need to put it on ice for now. And maybe because we still have Bacetic, who's coming off injury, they're going to decide whether they want to keep him or sell him after during the preseason. So we are rushing, we picking positions that don't make sense. We are not Liverpool of last year and the years before. We have moved on from that, and the manager have shown you that we are changing our DNA to something else, and people need to get on board instead of still have the same old mentality of we don't even play 4-3-3. So having a DM, one solid DM does not make sense. We go with 2 pivots. That's why we have McAllister. You bring in a DM, where's McAllister playing?
Exactly.
Right? You're not going to sit down Gravenberg.
Nope.
They're definitely not sitting down McAllister. He's probably the best midfield in the league right now.
Yeah.
Right? So until it's an apparent problem, that's why we get a DM. I think a DM it's in the books, but it's not a priority right now. Yeah. But a player that I think we need to big up because he's going to be a red is Kerkez. Kerkez has been coming to Liverpool for about a month now, and I believe they finished his medical. I think they'll probably announce it on the weekend, maybe Friday.
It's all about timing, isn't it? It's all about timing. People forget about the transfers when you do transfers. Like people, why is it taking so long? it's a whole, a lot of things they have to go through. Just, the press around it, the finance around it, everything. Like the club, is selling you a player,
right,
put in a place, in front of you. So they're working around that, how to present it to you as a audience. So this is why it takes so long. That's why I keep telling people, just calm down, man, because they say, why is it happening? Why is it happening? The Verts deal is not going to happen. And then what happened? Verts being announced at the time, obviously Liverpool and what's around it, obviously financially, have decided. So just relax, man. In the next couple of days, the guy's going to be announced, in my opinion. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. We have to wait and see. But the guy is already at Liverpool. We saw the van, that famous silver Mercedes van.
His family already taking pictures.
You
see
bro.
it?
Yeah, there you go. There's families there, and they said like they will join Richard Hughes even if he was in India. That's how much they want to join Richard Hughes at Liverpool.
Yeah,
so, relax, man. We've got the player, man.
Oh, bomba. Let me put it out there. As we were talking about Arsenal, there's been some news over 45 minutes ago that says Thomas Partey is set to leave Arsenal as a free agent at the end of the month. Story from last week confirmed. He said, have already activated option to replace Thomas with Norgard. Oh.
Yeah, I heard that Norgard today, man. I started laughing.
Who's this Norgard, man? I don't know who this brethren is. Norgard.
The Brentford's captain.
Oh, Brentford's captain.
Danish international, I think he's. Or I think so, yeah. Christian Norgard. Yeah. He's the midfielder. Like he's a holding midfielder that plays for Brentford. He's their captain. Let me just check what he's.
I mean, he's a good option. He's a good, solid. He's very strong.
Yeah, but the thing is with Norgard, he's 31 years old. So you're not really, signing.
Fixed,
Like, that's why I was shocked when I saw that. Like, I think he's a good player, but 31 years old, how many years are you going to get out of him? Not long. So it's a weird one.
Yeah, I mean, they could have given him they did renew his contract and sell him next year and make some money off him. If they find a player that they want, but. That is a weird. Alex like, no God, it's a weird one for me. It's very, very weird one for me because Partey, you have Partey there with Zubimendi and the other midfielders. Yeah. That is a much better competitive midfield than.
I don't know about you, Kwasi, but is it me or am I? Listen, I don't watch a lot outside Liverpool. I already tell you guys that. That's why I don't go on other streams, because if they ask me about Chelsea, the way I don't know, or Man United, I don't know the way they play. But I watched Brentford against us. Sorry, I watched Arsenal last season because they were against us, innit? Is it me or when Partey is in the middle, they're a better team? Am I wrong here? No, forget about African side or anything like that. But I'm just asking a question, guys. Are they better off when Partey is in that DM position, or? You know what I mean? I'm a bit confused because whenever I watch Arsenal, they are better team when Partey's in the middle rather than right back. You know what I mean? So it's weird. I mean, so I don't know. I think that's a big gap. That's a big mistake.
Partey, remember what happened to them when Partey wasn't there when they played against PSG? Right? He's the one that was the sole reason why they beat Real Madrid, because he locked out that midfield.
Exactly.
So it's crazy. I'm surprised they're letting that happen. But this should also tell you guys that a lot of these clubs don't have the finances as they think they do. People are forgetting Arsenal spent a lot of money in the last two transfer windows.
700 million.
You see what I mean? They've spent a lot. That's why they are so focused right now is to bring in a striker and Zubimendi. Zubimendi was a release clause or whatever you call it. Pay the player and the player pay his clause out, whatever they call that term is called. But I'm surprised they let him Partey go because Odegaard will need protection. Rice, as good as he is not Partey. I mean, Zubimendi, like I said, when he gets hit with athleticism, he struggles.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying it's gonna be weird. We're gonna see.
That
We're
team.
gonna
Not only
see.
that, I don't think Brentford is going to let Norgard leave for free.
No.
So
No.
why don't you just pay the guy what he wants and you get it cheaper? You know, I don't understand. That's a
Yeah,
weird.
it's
Mate, like I used to defend you,
yeah.
but this is a weird one, man. I mean,
That's why Anfield Irishman was saying the Arsenal's problem is their manager. You know what I mean? I mean, Arteta. I think Arteta has. I think he has done a lot of good job, but he's kind of sometimes I'm like, yeah, you are doing some things that makes too much.
Man. You're buying.
Oh, okay. Gabriel Cup, another bomber from Gabriel Cup. He's saying, what was it? We were talking about the gentleman already that he said to be announced as Liverpool player today. How do you rate this signing? I'm absolutely delighted with it. Of course. This was a master stroke from Richard Hughes.
You know what I love, Kwasi and Chat? It's the reaction to something that's happened to Liverpool. The way we reacted towards Trent and Robertson want to leave and all that stuff. It's just something beautiful. You know what I mean? Normally you just sit there and feel sorry for yourself. As soon as Trent said he was leaving, straight away Frimpong come. Robertson doesn't want to be on the bench. Okay, Kerkez, come. You know what I mean?
Challenge him.
Yeah, it's just I love the reaction. We don't waste any time. We're back to what we was when Klopp was first in charge. Remember, everybody said Liverpool is the standards. Liverpool is where we want to get to.
Right.
And we're back to that now, man. Everybody's watching us now, and it's very, very, very exciting times ahead for Liverpool Football Club. I'm telling you, we could have sat here and cried about Trent the whole time, but we didn't. We moved on straight away. See you later. Come in, Frimpong.
And it's, I don't know if you guys, I think this is somebody made it up. I don't know. Richard Hughes went out and said this, but there's a rumors about a quote that Richard Hughes have said, which says that the rest of the league are not ready for what Liverpool's about to do.
I don't think with that. Listen,
I don't know if it's true.
We're not arrogant. We're not United.
I don't think he's that arrogant. I don't know if it's true or not. But I wasn't even your buddy Flowers Terry. Yeah, he has a show that he does, and he mentioned it. Right. I think what's the name? Judge Moore also said it. And I saw that quote. And I was like, nah, Liverpool, we move in silence. There's no way. There's no way he's gonna say that. But if he happened to say that, people, that would be a big statement to say without delivering. So I know it would be a big statement without delivering. But if let's just say he did say it, that means a lot of big things are coming.
Yeah.
Right. But it was kind of funny when I saw that quote.
You can't make your rivals angry, can you? No.
You know, he said 3 top targets signed before the window even opened. Basically, no drama. Facts. Anfield Irishman. Facts. I mean, that is the old school Liverpool where get things done. Like, remember how we got Fabinho in when everybody was crying after Champions League?
It was the best move ever, in my opinion.
Man, it was so fast. People didn't even have time to react.
Smooth criminals, mate.
Man, people didn't even know who he was. They were like, "Who is that? What? Who
from the Champions League? Carry us and all that stuff. Bam,
bam. Like these are. We're like, whoa,
crying. Bam. Man.
But and that's the part where. I don't want to talk about finances, but people said, oh, Coutinho money brought us Virgil and Alisson. No, that's far from it. Virgil's money was already allocated. It took long because we
we wanted Virgil in the summer, didn't we?
We wanted him in the summer.
James Pearce, the Rugrat.
went and said
started
something.
announcing it too early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Southampton wasn't happy about it, so we had to wait another
Another
6 months or whatever it was.
3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the name? In the January, he came in. Coutinho left in the January, right?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Yeah. So Coutinho money
the Van Dijk one was already planned.
It was already planned.
Yeah,
and what's the name? That summer, who came in? It was
Salah then.
Salah was already there. Salah came the summer. Salah was supposed to come with Virgil.
No. Yeah, if you're talking about that summer, or you're talking about the summer after.
After Virgil went.
After.
So Virgil came in January, and then that summer we signed Fabinho. Who else did we sign? We were supposed to sign Keita, but it was fast forward.
He came a year later.
We bought him, and then he came a year later.
Yeah.
So a lot of times people talk about finances on Liverpool side, and they don't really understand how Liverpool finances work. And it's crazy how now the rest of the league are taking our side. We have moved right now. We have moved on. Right, we done the hard work. We struggled. We fought through the mud. Now we spending the money. But circling back to Isak, there's a story that I said on Saturday that people don't understand why Liverpool is fixated on Isak. 2016, did you know that Liverpool was trying to get Isak when he was 16 years old?
Wow, didn't know that.
We went when he was in where is he from? Sweden. Yeah. We were trying to get him, and they priced him too much. They wanted 8 million, and Liverpool was not ready for that. And that time, guess who was director of football? Edwards. So we lost. Guess who we lost into? Dortmund.
Wow.
He went to Dortmund.
You never know he played for Dortmund. Nobody talks about it.
Nobody ever talked to him because you know how many minutes he played for Dortmund? 4 minutes.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. He was under what's the name? What's that guy's name? Tuchel. Tactical Tommy. Tactical Tommy was the manager at the time, and then he left Dortmund and went to Sociedad, and the rest is history.
Wow.
So we have always been on this kid's trail until now. We had an opportunity to sign him in 3 years ago, and then club decided to go with Nunes. Now we have an opportunity to get him. So this is not like some of these players that we get in is not by accident.
You looked at them a long time.
A long time ago. Wirtz. What's the name was looking at? Edward was looking at him when he was in Cologne.
Yep. Yeah, man.
You know, so this thing that everybody assumed that it just happened. No, it didn't just happen. What's it? Slot is no nonsense manager. My mate, who is a final fan, said he doesn't mess around. Any player who doesn't stay is always welcome to leave. Check his record, and that's one. And that's one of the reasons why I think he meshes well with Edwards and Hughes.
100%, bro. You know, you know what's funny, Kwasi, before you go on, bro? Sorry to interrupt. People forget about, at the beginning of his, obviously, Liverpool career, everybody was asking about, why isn't he a manager? Why do we get him as a head coach? Well, the proof is in the pudding, isn't it? Last season, you won a league title with a head coach for the first time.
He just want to focus on that.
Yeah. That's what you need, man. And people were having to go at me. Nah, man. We'd rather have a manager that can, buy players, sell players, him choose, and all that stuff. If you take a lot of pressure off a manager, sort of a head, obviously of a manager / head coach, they could just concentrate on the team. And that means their full focus every single time is what's on the training ground and what's on the pitch.
Right.
Outside that, Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards, all these people can take care of that as they did last season. And the proof is in the pudding, isn't it? We won the league because of first time with the head coach. I can't remember ever having a head coach before that. So there you go, man. What I'm trying to say is, look how easy it is for him. How we made it easy for him. He just came in and just do his job. He left his family back home in Holland and concentrated fully on the team.
Yeah.
There you go, man.
And then,
that's what happens.
And then also to double back into what Ahmed is saying, people are also forgetting that Klopp was a no-nonsense coach.
Yeah, man.
When Klopp came to Liverpool, people think, yes, we all say that he's so loyal and he's so, what's the word, that the buzzword that everybody was saying? He's so sentimental. And no. This is a manager who refused to sign a player because of the way he celebrated.
Exactly.
That's Klopp. You guys forgot what he did to Sissoko. Sako. I said Sissoko. Yeah. Sako. He kicked him off. He kicked him out of Liverpool since preseason. The man still hasn't arrived at Anfield yet. They left him at Alcatraz. He is the longest serving inmate at Alcatraz right now. Right? What's the other right back that we have who decided to go do a TV show instead of focusing on football? Klein.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why players come to Liverpool and they feel comfortable and they stay. That's why people say, why we care about how Osimhen acts. No. It's not about you, Osimhen. It's about the club.
Exactly.
And if you come in, certain players, you need them to leave them so that they do what they do. That's what makes them best, i.e. Ibra.
Mm-hmm.
Those type of players. Yes, their character and they act like they're bigger than the club. That's what makes them the best.
The worst thing you need is in a club is when players are running the asylum. Like
exactly.
Alcohol, like you just said.
Exactly.
I mean, if you look at Liverpool in the 90s, majority of the people, probably it's my age on here, what used to happen with Liverpool, and John Barnes actually said it in an interview. He said when he first came at Liverpool, it was all about winning titles continuously. That's nothing else, nothing less. When Roy Evans and Graham Souness took over, players were coming just for a CV reasons, to Liverpool Football Club. They forgot about the winning way of Liverpool. And let me give you an example. Stan Collymore came from Nottingham Forest to Liverpool. Stan Collymore was only coming for one training session a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So basically, he was running his own career at Liverpool. And Paul Roy Evans, they were just walking all over him. That's what I'm trying to say. When the players are running at Asylum, you could never win titles because it would just make that team a joke. That's what we became in the 90s, a joke, because we had players like that. Great players in their own right. But they were never like listening to the manager. They were just doing whatever they wanted. And this is what I like about our last two coaches. They don't take any bullshit from players.
Exactly. And that's the thing. That sometimes, the player can be great, but they don't fit the community that we already set up. Right? Look at Manchester United. They're still suffering from that.
Yeah.
They wanted to do an all-star team, Galacticos. I remember when this guy said, we're going to buy players in the L Cup, Suarez. Yeah. Look at them now. So sometimes, the player may be great, the player may be good, but they don't fit.
No, man. Look at Garnacho, what he done recently, wearing Aston Villa number 9 Rashford shirt. Come on, bro. And he's still part of Man United. This is what we used to face in the 90s.
Oh, my God.
I mean, players doing stupid things like that. There you go, man. The guy is wearing Aston Villa shirt with Rashford at the back number 9, and he's still
ultimate troll. He is trolling to the highest order. How can you allow such? We can't. That's the thing. We stop it before even it comes to the club. That's the thing. A lot of times, everybody's mentioned, "Oh, we want this player. We want this player." Okay, good, but does he fit? Does he fit? That's the part where people don't understand. You can't just, Balotelli should have. I like Balotelli, but coming to Liverpool was a disservice to himself.
Oh man.
It was the because he was not going to be able to be himself. And when a player is not himself, they can't play.
Nope.
They're not comfortable. They walk around, they're isolated. It's like they are not comfortable being around the group. And it shows on the field. You saw when the penalty came in, when apparently and then he got Sturridge out here on the sideline hating. Stephen G is in the press room saying a whole bunch of stuff. Henderson, the captain, is sitting there just like, oh, what should I do? What should I do? You don't want that. You want a team that has a hierarchy. You have a bunch of content creators who they think all teams is all about the vibe. It's vibes. Bro, look at all the clubs that are doing vibes. They don't win anything.
Yeah, man.
right? Yes, Pep Guardiola may look as an a-hole, but guess what? When you play with that manager, you know you're gonna get a few trophies. And after you get your few trophies, you're not happy, then keep on moving. Go to another place where you can go for a vibes. Right? This thing of, oh, I want this because the way he reacts, the way he acts, his vibe, bro. Okay, go for vibes. And then you see the funny thing is, there's a I know who Gil Arenas is, right? He has a show about basketball called No Chill Gil, and in that show, you could see the reason why ManDem don't win trophies or championships. Right? You can see like the people he brings in, like the main host, like the main people in the panel, the main panelists, none of them have won a championship. One of them has, but he was just a big part, player who, he sit at the end of the bench and then we bring it in, right? But when you listen to them, you realize that this is the reason why you guys don't win, because all you guys are talking about is, this is who I am and this is how I have to act. And if you don't want, we're like, brother, when you go into a team, it's not about you anymore. It's the collective. And if you can bring something to that collective, you are useless. You can make all the money you want. And I promise you, having a lot of money is nice. But once in a while, you sit there, you want something to be like, yeah, I want this. Because right now, all they talk about they want is something they want in high school or in college.
That's why that's why I've always told the current players that chase money, just be careful. I mean, because at the end of the day, you're here to be a footballer and you want to be remembered as a footballer.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like when you look at players, Quasi and Chat, they've got that option in the future to go to Saudi, to go to America to earn the big bucks if they want to have that option available. But make sure before then you put your stamp, in football. Make sure people remember you. Make sure you got the trophies you're proud of, like Quasi just said. You know what I mean? Because it's not always about getting millions or something like that. You're still gonna get money anyway. You're still gonna be no matter what. But that the other option is still there at the end of your career to earn more money. Think about it that way. So that's why I've always advised players in the past: don't jump into things that is beyond your control. You rather control your own career and have that memories, because that's what it was all about. Having us fans, what do we talk about? Memories, isn't it? Back in the day, the way we used to be, and now we're enjoying this current memories as well. So have that in your life, man. And money is always going to be there, no matter what. After you finish.
And I mean, Fuzzy, maybe it's just me, but any player who have played to the highest of their skill level, who won championship, can you mention any of them who didn't get money?
There you go.
Whether it's the team that they won with or they moved on to another team. Because if you move on to another team, even if you downgrade, you're getting more money with the downgrade, because guess what? You were a champion.
Yeah.
So if you think about that, you could get all the money. Good. I'm glad you get all the money. Now what? Right? So for me, it's like, getting players just for character because they have vibes. Okay, you go to the club, you get the vibes. But for Liverpool, that's why I always tell people, be LFC, don't be player FC.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? When you're a player FC, usually you just thinking about, how can we make this? No, the player, I don't care who the player is. The player should conform into what LFC wants to do.
Exactly, man.
Yeah. But big up to ManDem in the building. Please hit the like button. Let's increase the likes. Come on, people.
Yeah, man.
Come on, people. Come on, man. Everybody, let's, we have 239 people in the building between the two platforms. Come on, people. Let's set a new record today. Over 50. Let's set a new record today. Let's get over 50 right now. Come on, people. Hit that like button. All you have to do is just click the like and then come back. You know what I mean?
Algorithm. That's what it's
algorithm, man. Algorithm, man. Share it, and we are almost at the 500. So get us close, because we will be doing the call-in show. So please get us closer to the 500. Big up to ManDem in the building. Big up to Fuzzy himself. But before we get out of here, man, anything you want to say? Because right now, in terms of transfers,
Mhm.
the players that I think the outgoings are the next step
Yeah.
for the next couple, maybe a week or two.
Mhm.
We know Nunes is they are trying to agree in the fee, the transfer fee. I think he has agreed Napoli, whatever
Oh,
Napoli have said.
you saw his birthday balloons, didn't he?
And he
Yesterday.
cut his hair, man. Why did he cut your hair?
I said that's 3 seasons too late, my friend. No, you know what I mean,
It's a free
taking it
season.
seriously now. Like, it's too late, bro. You know what I mean? You're gone.
Uh,
Blue and
um,
white balloons of your birthday. Where's the red and white, my friend? You know
you
what
know
I'm
what I
saying?
mean? So, see, that's what happened, man. Sometimes, man, you think you got a whole time in the world, but you
It's
don't.
funny, isn't it? Like, you know what's sad, Quasi? Like,
mm,
that I'll go to games, innit? So I always see the way they react towards Nunes. Yeah. They
yeah,
love this guy, you know. They shout his name every single time, but the disrespect he pays back to the club is just beyond belief, in my opinion.
right.
I mean, like, come on, bro. Like, you get your name shouted, even though you don't do what you're supposed to do on the pitch, which is put
Right.
the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah,
That motivate you as a player to do that extra yard. I mean, let's improve myself. I mean, let's stay after training and practice shooting. Get a goalkeeper with me, you know, and all
yeah,
that. That hasn't even done that. Now he's cutting his hair when he's leaving. Like, why didn't you do that before? And look serious.
exactly. But
Bro.
you see, this is the part where I was telling people some time ago where I said people think that it's always about what happens on the training field, I mean, on the training park, plus what happens in the game.
Mm,
Same thing with when we were talking about Kwanzaa. I mean,
yeah,
like managers and the coaches are looking at your whole character.
exactly.
How do you take this thing seriously, or you just take it seriously when you're in training? What do you do outside of training?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like football. You know, if you want to take it to the next level, you have to sacrifice a lot. It's
Mhm.
not for everybody. This is what people don't get. It's not for everybody. Big up to Honesty in the building. He said Newcastle are ready to offer Alexander Isak a salary beyond 150 per week, becoming the highest paid player in the club history. So even Newcastle, with all their money, still can offer them wages that Liverpool can offer. I mean, how crazy is that?
Well, the pretend is is 200,000 a week, but you know they're gonna pay extra there on top of that
Yeah,
illegally, as I always do.
yeah. So we can always match it. So that's what Rasta, if you are there, it's all up to Isak, man. If Isak say I want to leave, trust me. And it
It's
won't just be Liverpool coming with the money. I promise you, there will be a lot of other clubs
Mhm.
also showing up. So yes, Liverpool is getting a lot of the news, but it won't um, just be Liverpool coming in. But his preference might be Liverpool. Like I said, he's a player that Liverpool been chasing since he was 16. So, and Isak has to make a decision. You
Quick,
know,
what quick? Otherwise, we'll move on, bro.
man, because if Liverpool and some of these clubs move on, they are not coming back.
Nope.
And yes, next year you might go to some big club, but it won't be the same. Honestly said that CM Journal, Liverpool have entered the race. This is what I was talking about. David Cup was also mentioned this, but he was mentioned based on what somebody else said.
Yeah.
Big up to Simon. He said, get Jokeres. He won Jokeres. He said, let man enjoy his life with his wife and kids, bro. Just had another youth for South America, their families, everything. We're not talking about his family, bro.
No.
We're just talking about him. But yeah, man. Big up to ManDem. Big up to ManDem. Lalana. Oh, yeah. We need to shout out Lalana, man. Great career. He's finally hanged the boots. I think he's going to be a great manager, man. Usually midfielders are good in managing.
Yeah.
Klopp once said that this guy plays 50% he's playing, 50% he's managing. But yeah, man. Lalana, it's going to be, I mean, the guy has had a great career, man. I think injuries.
Look at the medals he's got, man. Premier League medals, you know what I mean? And, you know, he's got Champions League medals. It's just injuries that ruined his career at Liverpool. But don't forget, man, when Klopp came, who was the first guy who bought into the ideas of Klopp? Him.
Lalana.
Yeah,
and remember, a lot of Liverpool fans said, oh, you're going to sell Lalana. He's like, no, I'm not. He kept him. And remember, Lalana at Southampton was a beast. People forget Lallana at Southampton that year.
With him, Rodriguez.
Oh
And,
my God, they were a problem.
I think Mane was there as well.
Manek, yeah, Manek, yeah.
Van Dijk as well, yeah.
Yeah. What's the name? Who was their manager? The Dutch. What's his name?
Koeman.
Coleman had a good year with them, and Poch also had a very good year with them.
Was on the Poch, yeah.
Yeah, for under maybe 3 to 4 years, they were a very, very strong team to play with or to play against. You know, yeah, man. So shout out to Lallana, man. Big up, having a nice football career. Some of us wish we could even have like 2 years of that, but he did it for 19, man. Respect.
We all wish that, my friend.
You know, respect for him. But Fuzzy, what you got coming up, man?
Same as usual, man, with me, bro. Like I just pop up now. I no longer promote my stuff anymore. I just pop up. You might see me today if the breaking news of Kerkez, but I'll be here every day now. So I'm trying to push to the 3,000 mark. So let's.
Man, big up. Yeah, let's get Fuzzy there, man. People.
It's all about interacting with people, my friend. It's never for money or anything for me. It's just like being a Liverpool fan and interacting with the Liverpool fans. That's what it's all for me. I could be positive, I could be in the middle, and I could be negative. So I'm all free. If you ask, if you're a fan, it was all free. That's me, man. So that's how it is.
Big up, man. Thank you for coming through, helping me out today. Big up to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for coming in, making this show a great one. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like. Let's get the likes up before we get out of here, people. Let's get the likes up. Get the subs up. Get the subs. I know we are getting close. And YouTube keeps stealing my subscriptions, man.
It does it to everybody, bro.
I was at 478. Now I'm 476. What happened to the other two, man? YouTube? Unbelievable, man.
Play games with people. That's what they do,
bro. You know what I mean? They don't want to pay me. That's what they're doing.
They don't want the quasi false, innit?
You know what I mean? They're like, bro, what's going on? Don't be stealing my stuff. But yeah, man. And again, we're gonna recap on what we were saying. This Isak thing is not dying down. It's not dying down. And again, Liverpool fans, I like what most of you guys are doing. It's understanding that it's not up to FSG. It's not up to Newcastle. Well, some part has to do with Newcastle, but most of it has to do with Isak.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if Isak make it clear that in some back channels say, hey, I want to leave, and Liverpool is not part of the clubs that goes after him, then we need to have a conversation.
Exactly, man.
Excuse me. Right? But right now, this news is not dying, and I know some journalists are trying to do clickbait, so all of them are coming up with stories and some of them are
from each other, man. That's what they're doing. Exactly. Someone making it up and the other one steals from there.
Exactly.
I don't know about this Kerkez thing. He's 27 years old. When did you see ever Liverpool chase a 27-year-old?
That's why I'm not believing it. That's why even when David O'Cope we've been saying that
it's a long-term plan. 25 and then underneath that. That's about it.
Yeah, nah. I don't. That's why even if there's David O'Cope even mention it, I'm like, bro, I don't believe it. Yeah. So I'm like I said, I'm gonna be on that Isak soapbox until he signs a new contract or Liverpool moves on to somebody else or whatever. So big up to Dustin. He said we don't know who Newcastle owners are. They might force him to stay unless a transfer. Hey, Newcastle owners are big timers, man.
To me, like I said in the beginning, it depends on the player, innit?
Yeah.
The player will see. I will see if the player is a true footballer or not. The ball's in his court. Are you after money or are you after success? So let's see what type of a player he is. If you guys are talking about he's going to get a lot of money. So we'll see it. At least it will tell you about the character of the player. So if he chases money, that means we'll dodge a bullet there. We'll go for someone else that's better. If he wants to be at Liverpool, that elevates us to the next level, obviously, in regards to goal scoring. So it's not only going to be Salah the goals are going to come from. It's going to come from Isak. So less pressure on Salah. That means more goals from Salah in the future and more goals for Isak as well. So if you have that, system of all these players in the same team, it takes the pressure off.
Exactly.
Important players that score the goals for us all the time as well. So think about it that way.
Yeah. So, and also, if you happen to see a rival fan who trying to convince themselves by saying that, oh, it won't work at Liverpool like everybody's saying, that person is either delusional, living in denial,
Jealous, man.
or they just don't know football. So,
You know what, Man City was signing these players here, guys. Did you ever see these rival fans come out and say this is not good enough? You
nope.
never heard that. As soon as Liverpool do it, wow.
Wow, that does not make sense. You
They're too
know,
greedy. They're too greedy. It has to be investigated. How are they spending this much money? When was the
yeah.
last time? When was the last time you actually heard Liverpool spend 100 over 750 million like Arsenal? You don't hear that. I mean, when we start spending, everybody's asking questions.
All of a sudden, it's like, oh, now you're spending money. Oh, now you this. You're gonna win the league. You know, pressure. You have to hit, bro. We don't have to do nothing.
Telling me about pressure. Oh, Terry, I think Terry said it earlier while I was doing my stream on him. He said, oh, if Liverpool sign Isak and they don't win more than one trophy, which he means the Premier League only, it's a bad season. I said, hang on. Okay. You win the Premier League, you break a record. Man United no longer exist in that in that list. So how is that a bad thing? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they tried. They tried. It's so sad. That's the whole part. It is so sad. You know, it is so sad, but yeah, it's sad. It's funny at the same time. They're doing therapy, man. We're seeing therapy in real life where rival fans are petrified. Why is it that Isak can go to any other club and it's fine? Except when he decides to go to Liverpool, then oh my God, that cannot happen. Yeah. He said, oh, he's talking about they're filthy rich, man. They own the whole country, the whole region, actually. Isak or no one. That's what I'm saying, Ro. That's what I'm saying. He said, Kwesi, chat to your people defensively. It's not good. It's just the same as Trent. He's not that great defender. Steve Nicol is not a fan of Jeremy. Steve Nicol is not a fan of anybody who's going to play right back for the rest of his life.
Steve Nicol is trigger, man. He's funny.
He is just he's
like I love Steve Nicol because he was my right back when I was growing as a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love that guy. Attacking defender, could defend.
But when it comes to punditry,
it's useless. It's not the way, man. Just he's leaving to. He was, like if you know players back in the day, he was the clown in the class. You know what I mean? That's what they used to call him at Liverpool. He's the funniest guy in the team. So that's how he is. He hasn't got a clue about all that stuff. So I wouldn't listen to Steve Nicol.
This guy
love him as a player, but punditry,
he's useless. Trust me. I'm telling you, he is useless. He went before the corner kick quickly. He was on ESPN FC talking all this mess about Liverpool, this, Liverpool, that. And then when we beat Barcelona, he comes up by with a silly face. He said, I should have known better. Oh, out of anybody, you should have known better. Right? He was making fun of when we had a throwing coach. He was making fun of. It's like, oh, well, I didn't have a throwing coach. That's silly. And that's the year we won the league. Actually, we won the Champions League and we won the league.
That's your football club that gave you everything. You should know Liverpool's, the way we are as a football club. We don't need to explain it to you. You experience more than us as fans. You played for the club for years. You've won Champions Leagues, league titles. So you should know more than us what this club is capable of.
Yeah.
But you have doubts with Liverpool? Oh.
And people, this one thing you have to understand. Old players always hate on the new ones. It's part of that sports cycle, right?
You know what's funny, Kwasi, what you just said there? Like is when Jerky is compared with Wirtz, you know what I mean? Like if you yourself, when Wirtz wasn't interested in Liverpool weren't interested in Wirtz, and he was on the way to Man City, and
nobody said anything.
Everybody said, "Wow, what a player, man!
He's gonna replace KDB.
Next Kevin De Bruyne."
Yeah, KDB.
You go to Liverpool, you match him up against Jerky. What?
Yeah, they said that we were going for Turkey. That's what the people were saying, right? Who are we gonna get? We're gonna get a DM. We're gonna get now. All of a sudden, oh my God, right? And then just to finish off with Stephen Nicol. Ever since FSG fired King Kenny, he's been our number one hater on any manager who came afterwards, including Jurgen Klopp. So Stephen Nicol is not somebody I listen to anymore when it comes to Liverpool.
Kenny, right? Oh, okay.
Remember? Yeah, because that was his teammate.
Well,
But
I don't know. He used to be his manager as
a
well.
manager, I mean, sorry, his manager.
Teammate and manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Listen, Kenny, it was always going to be difficult for him. Listen, guys, he's been at the game for 10 years. You know what I
and
mean?
then he
Before
came
came
back.
to
He
Liverpool.
came there to do something, and he did it
Yeah,
well. That's
we
it.
just need this settling down. Don't forget, I was going to those games with Roy Hodgson in charge. I mean, the fans were actually fighting in the stands back in those days. I mean,
It was
they need
horrible.
someone who had a calming influence like Kenny to,
Bring
get us back
everybody together.
bring everyone together. So that's why he was there. His management, style is, the past. He was never going to get back there, and giving him an executive role it was always the way. And when we sign players, King Kenny is there. It's like Puskás and all these guys, Di Stefano at Real Madrid. You know what I mean? When they sign players, they bring these guys out to present it to the world.
Yeah.
He's in a good place, man. Don't worry. Ignore Steve Nicol if he's saying.
Nico, leave Steve Nico. Yeah, it's a Liverpool spending isn't done with this summer. They are trying to build a squad that will dominate for the next 5 to 6 years. And Slots wants to make his mark on Europe next season. Facts. We've been saying it. I said dominance. I forgot Darwin is gonna play with KDB. Oh yeah. Oh snap. That's true. Big up, guys. Big up yourself, Gerson. Thank you for coming through. Michael Edward and Richard Hughes are ninjas, bro. When they want a certain player, they will get him no matter what it takes. Facts, brother. Facts. And again, people, that disrespect that Richard Hughes got last year,
including me, my friend. But
people need to big him up the same way. I'll leave it at that. I'm pretty sure Atleti will sell Alvarez for 120, and Gray said that's our number 2. Atleti, I don't think Atleti is letting. Atleti no strikers. They would not let him go unless they have somebody coming through. If you go all the way from Fofana, I said Fofana, Foden, from Foden to what's his name, the Colombian, Falcao to Kun Aguero. Athletic usually get good. Well, the Torres even came from there.
Yeah.
If Newcastle won 150 to Isak, we got the money. Even if they won 150, we got the money. We will sweeten the deal by giving them Jota.
I thought they would take 120 easy. They would take it.
Oh, yeah, they would take 120.
They don't have a club anyway.
Yeah, they would take 120.
They're not Real Madrid or Barcelona.
Nah, they would take 120. ManDem don't know struggle until you say Lambert, Balotelli, Akuladi, Mignolet, Sacco, Roy Hodgson.
Honestly, bro,
those damn bro. It was dark.
We don't want to be thinking that way anymore. I want to get away from that. Bro, I could honestly, I could even give you before that Sean Dundee, Eric Meyer. I mean, look at these players we used to buy back in the day. Come on, man.
Yes, sir. Honesty, big yourself up, man. That's how you do it. Eat the humble pie. Richard proved me wrong. That man he's dangerous, man. People don't know. Alvarez is going to Barcelona.
I don't think Barcelona's got the money anymore, guys.
They don't got the money.
They've got their own issues in it, really. So
they got the money. Unless you're talking about next year, they don't have the money. 100?
It's going to take them a few years
to get years for them to get them. Yeah. Yes. Sure. Big up to all of you guys, man. Thank you. Says, so you think Newcastle will let Isak go without transfer request? That's what we're saying. At the end of the day, it's Isak's decision.
Yeah. 100%.
He has to make it clear to them, say, brother, I want to leave.
I want to win things.
Like,
you could be a player like this. You could agree with me or disagree, Kwasi. You could ask Newcastle this, and I would test their response if I was Isak. Can you provide me in the next season or so Premier League titles? Newcastle might say whatever they're going to say. They're probably going to say no, of course. Can you provide me Champions League medals?
No.
They'll probably say no. And then Liverpool comes into that. They can provide you both. You know what I mean? So this is the decision he's at the moment.
Yeah.
And he could ask Newcastle those questions. Can you provide me Premier League? And, because I'm at the age now, I'm going to be 26 in September. I mean, that should be reaching my prime very, very soon. So this is the age I want consistency trophies. Yep. If you could offer me that, I will stay, obviously. If you can't offer me that, then you got to let me go and test my, my ambition elsewhere. And that's you could put our club in a spot like that, and you could put Newcastle in that spot, and I guarantee you they will say no to both.
So I say I can see Newcastle winning. Well, they already did. They won the Carabao Cup.
League Cup, they beat us in
The League Cup, yeah. The stadium is almost. Oh, they're still building the stadium. No, it's gonna take another season for them to finish it.
Oh, man.
No, they. I mean, bro, they're not that. They are not ready yet. See, what Faz is saying is basically what Salah and Virgil asked Liverpool. We want to win more. Can you guys provide us with the tools for us to win? And guess what? Liverpool did this summer. And they said it themselves, said, we're going to make a lot of good business this summer. And it's happening.
So, and you heard that from Van Dijk and Salah, actually. They said that. So the players are already saying that we've got interest in summer coming up. Because Virgil's been saying it for years. We need to buy. We need to buy. He's been. You guys see him in the press conferences. He always says that.
Yeah.
So now them signing the contract extension in the next 2 years, they've been promised a lot of stuff, and it's been delivered so far, in my opinion.
And then, yeah, I mean, Dustin, you may be right, but this is the difference. There was no PSR back then. Newcastle, they borderline PSR. So, and they have a Champions League squad to build. Champions League and a league squad to build. Last time they just built a small squad and they tried, and look how bad it turned out for them. So, yeah, man. I mean, they could risk it. They could say, yeah. Isak could say, yeah, I want to leave. And they'll be like, nah, sit your behind down. And they can risk it and see what happens next year.
Yeah.
You know, you have a player who's not happy. And we have a player who already people say he's injury prone. And then he starts saying, oh, I'm injured. And you see that this guy is not putting an effort. Coutinho now, nah. So
remember what Coutinho did to us, guys? I'm injured. I can't play. I'm injured. You know what I mean? And then we sold him. That's how it is. We don't want to play doing that to another club. We're not like that. We're not that type of club.
Yeah.
But, you know, the ball's in his court.
The ball's on his court. If he wants to stay,
we gave him that option. You've got a team that's ready for you and ready to win. If you want to come. If you don't want to come, we'll go elsewhere.
Yeah, we go elsewhere. Yeah, see, this again, this is why I keep bigging up majority of Liverpool fans. We are not saying that it's done deal. We're saying the story, there's still smoke in this story.
Yeah.
And most of us are saying it's because if Isak wants to stay, he just have to tell them I want to stay. Everything will stop.
There you go. There's nothing coming out, guys.
There's nothing coming out. But the fact that Newcastle has not even released a news saying that he's not going anywhere, he's our player, that means they are also thinking about, hey, if we sell them, we get more money to spend on all the players that we want to build this squad. So it's trust me, this thing it's not it's not just Liverpool dream. Yeah, it is our dream to get him, but let's see. Fine. I hope you are right. In my opinion, if a player wants to leave, let him go. Yeah, let him go.
Simple as that.
The stadium will generate more money than the Bernabeu. Yeah, I mean, remember, they are building for the future. And the future that they're building, Isak will be on downturn, right? If they're building with him, does it get it quicker? Does it help them? Yes. It gets them there. But he will not see what they want to build.
No, sir.
He's not going to see it. The same thing with Stephen G. did not see what we wanted to build. He was the guy who kept us afloat for all his career, especially toward his last 10 years, right? He's the one who kept Liverpool into limelight for all his career.
Yeah,
he didn't see the fruit of his labor.
That's why he always says, "I wish I was around when Klopp was the manager."
Exactly.
He always says that. Just give me a season or something with Klopp. Yeah. I wish, he said.
He said, "Are we secretly in for Jonathan David? Could be." I haven't heard anything.
I love that. I know it's free, but
I haven't heard anything about that. But yes, thank you for being part of the show, man. We appreciate all of you guys. Please have a great week. Enjoy yourself. Just sit down, man. Kick your feet up and relax. Don't let anybody bother you. Kerkez is coming.
You're royalty, man.
We are royalty. Don't be listening to these people. Don't be rude. This a Newcastle need the they need the money. They need the money. Yeah, those were dark days. Those were dark days. They need the money.
Rodgers, oh, please don't. The con man. Goodness. I can't stand that.
Oh man, big up to all of you. Please hit the like button, people, before we get out of here. Hit the like. Come on, guys. Just hit the like button. Let's hit the like button before we get out of here. Get the likes up, people. Get the likes up. Come on. Hit the likes. Help a brother out. Don't let me beg. There you go. Drop the bomb on them. Come on, people. Let's get it out. Let's get the likes up. Get it up.
Press the button.
Press the button. We'll be back. Kwesi Bold, Fuzzy, man. Peace. Hey.